Hi, everyone. Welcome to Becoming an Expert at Self-Leadership. I'm Maika, and welcome to part 2 of 20 important life skills to practice to build emotional maturity. Just a quick reminder before I start, I'll be presenting these life skills in pairs that complement each other when someone has developed emotional maturity. If either one of these skills isn't balanced out with its counterpart, it develops into an excess, an exaggeration that isn't helpful. Number 6, supporting others and other ownership. When we're able to support others, we're able to listen to them when they have something that they want to share without getting defensive. We're able to understand what they're wanting to tell us about what's going on in their inner world and what they need and how they think we can be of help. We're able to hear their vulnerability and willing to talk about things and work on them. This needs to be balanced with an awareness of other ownership, meaning letting others own their problems, be their own person, make their own choices, and find their own way through difficulties in the way they need that to be. If we lack this skill, we'll become controlling and patronizing, both of which can leave the other person feeling shamed. If we focus too much on other ownership and neglect supporting others, we ourselves and the loved ones in our lives will feel like lonely islands. We'll miss solidarity, empathy, and emotional closeness. Number 7, emotional awareness and action. The more we develop emotional maturity, the greater our awareness will become of inner events, emotions, and their importance. This helps us feel whole, fulfilled, calm, courageous, connected, creative, kind, and many other valuable emotional states. This is because the more someone is aware of what's going on in their inner world, the better they're able to respond to and take care of it. They're also more able to be more present in relationships, valuing others as separate individuals with their own emotions that are also important. A wholesome life requires us to balance emotional awareness with action, meaning doing things that are important to you in the outer world, expressing affection not only in words but also in actions, taking care of the basic duties of life, expressing anything that's important to you inside on the outside. This is not only necessary for wholehearted living, but also very fulfilling. If emotional awareness isn't balanced with action, it turns into sentimentalism or emptiness. And if action isn't balanced with emotional awareness, it too can feel really empty, lacking in purpose, meaning, drive, and substance. Number 8, boundary and empathy skills. This is a duo a lot of people struggle with, a duo that we need for connected, secure, calm, and stable relationships. Empathy is the skill to understand what someone is going through and then to be able to communicate that understanding back to them. It's the skill of being with someone in their experience for a while without needing to fix it or get rid of it right away. It's an awareness of how much people want and need to be understood and of how strong the bond is understanding creates. Boundary skills are the skills that help us preserve our autonomy, sometimes also self-esteem. It's the ability to recognize emotional takeover attempts from others and not giving them room to play that out. It's the ability to recognize your own limits, needs, and wants, and then to communicate them to others. Where empathy skills revolve around understanding others and communicating that understanding back to them, boundary skills involve understanding yourself and then communicating that understanding to others. Without empathy skills, our relationships will lack true emotional intimacy. without boundary skills, we'll lose our knowledge of who we are authentically and give away our power to make decisions for ourselves and our life. Number 9, exposure and rest. Exposure means to use your body and mind and do something with them. This could be pursuing a goal or maintaining a status quo in any area of life. Professionally, health-wise, family, friends. Exposure is the healthy use of your body and mind that keeps them strong and makes them more and more resilient and capable of meeting challenges. This needs to be balanced with times of rest and quiet so that your body and mind can regenerate and build muscle physically, mentally, emotionally. And for that to be effective, you need to practice tolerating feeling your body, mind, and emotions and not drowning that out with more exposure and stress hormones, which decrease our sensitivity. Especially when you shift from a phase of exposure to rest, you will probably first come in contact with a layer of exhaustion and discomfort. Allow yourself to be in that space and sit it out. Your body and mind need it desperately to regenerate fully. If exposure isn't balanced with rest, it turns into excessive busyness. And if rest isn't balanced with exposure, it turns into avoidance. Number 10, differentiated thinking and practicality. Another one of the things researchers have discovered about emotional maturity is that it means people start thinking less in stereotypes, all or nothing categories and unreflected ways, or only from one perspective, their own. But that they've learned to see the gray area between black and white, to take on someone else's point of view, and recognize the complexity of most big topics. They're willing to take a closer look and really think things through. This needs to be balanced with practicality and awareness of how a discourse or discussion with someone else or in your own mind relates to practical life. What is the practical meaning of this deliberation for a very real solution? Without practicality, we'll lose ourselves in thought. And without differentiated, careful thought, we'll lose ourselves in ineffective, quick fixes. What do you think of this way of thinking of emotional maturity skills in complementary pairs? I like it a lot. Often, when we have problems, it's because we're overdoing something to the extreme. This means that mostly there is a good core in whatever we're doing, and we can keep that core and balance it out with the missing counterpart. This is a very strengths and values focused approach to emotional maturing and personal growth. Thanks for being here. Till next time, take care. And whenever you feel out of balance with your emotional maturity, remember to look for the counterpart that's missing in your thoughts and actions.